Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. My name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 8/7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. Feel free to comment and ask any questions you have in the chat as you feel like it, and I'll do my best to answer those questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all of that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. School districts across Michigan could soon offer free pre-K for all. That is, if the money is included in the upcoming state budget. Governor Gretchen Whitmer called on lawmakers to include money in the upcoming state budget to provide free pre-K to everyone. The goal is to remove income requirements for the Great Start Readiness program. The state-funded program currently provides free pre-K for families earning up to 300% of the poverty level. Public Schools of Calumet-Laurium-Keweenaw superintendent says the programs are beneficial, but availability could vary.
I would encourage families to seek those programs out. I think they're beneficial for all students. Even though the funding is maybe there to make preschool free for all 4-year-olds, it doesn't necessarily mean that your local districts or other providers are going to have the capacity to take that on.
Davidson adds he hopes legislators consider including money for materials and licensing in the new state budget to help districts implement the expanded program if the proposal moves forward. And take a look, crews are almost finished with the first phase of demolition at the former Marquette General Hospital site. Today we took our Skytracker 6 to take a look above the site. David Nyberg, the NMU Foundation's Executive Director of Business Engagement and Economic Development, says Phase 1 is about 75 to 80% complete. He said things are moving smoothly, even though there has been more abatement required for asbestos than crews originally planned for. Nyberg says Phase 2 of the project will likely start this summer.
Phase 2 of the project actually is separated out that way because UP Health System Marquette is still a tenant in the Nellberg building and the blood donor building. And so that part of the project cannot proceed until UP Health System Marquette vacates those facilities, which we understand will be later this summer.
You can find the latest updates on the old hospital project at uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. And Michigan Tech and Northern Michigan universities saw increases in enrollment this semester. Michigan Tech saw an increase of 269 students over last year's spring enrollment. NMU saw an increase of 330 students compared to this time last year. Michigan Tech's Director of Admissions says the school closely watches the growth on campus.
We've been really intentional with that measured growth. So we want to have small, incremental increases each semester. But really thinking about that so that we don't overwhelm the resources that we have, here on campus.
MTU says this semester is the highest spring enrollment it's seen since the early 1980s. And tomorrow night, if you're craving breakfast for supper, you could head to the annual pancake fundraiser for the Eski Junior Senior High School Band program. Organizers say it's one of the program's biggest fundraisers of the year. Funds raised benefit 6th through 12th grade band groups and students, including travel purchasing equipment and new instruments.
Trombone itself was over $1,000 just to buy it, and then every single year we go to festival. We get shirts every single year for marching band.
Sending people to honors bands and all-state bands, just giving students an opportunity to explore musical abilities and opportunities.
The fundraiser is from 5 to 7 tomorrow night at the Escanaba High School Commons. Tickets cost $6 a person, and kids under 3 eat free. The UP 200 may be canceled, but the halfway checkpoint is still planning to celebrate. TV6's Kaden Minus takes a look at what will be happening at the Grand Marais Winterfest.
Grand Marais has been the checkpoint for the UP 200 for more than 20 years. Owner of Grand Marais Outfitters Jeannie Kane says the village leans on the money visitors for the race bring.
Having Grand Marais be the halfway point of the UP 200 is huge for the town, and as well as my business and all the businesses here in town. we really rely on that day. It's kind of like having 4th of July in the middle of winter.
Since the race has been canceled, the Grand Marais Chamber of Commerce is now hosting Winterfest. UP 200 Grand Marais Checkpoint Coordinator Kathy Eager says there are still reasons to come visit Grand Marais.
Even without the dog race, it's still a great time of year. And we're getting an unusual look at winter when there isn't really a lot of winter. You can take beach walks right now that you can't do. So there's some rare opportunities here. So the Chamber put their heads together and came up with a whole list of events.
Winterfest will take place on the 17th of February. Events range from a silent auction to a costume contest to a meet and greet with a sled dog racing team. There will also be other events hosted by Grand Marais businesses. Grand Marais Chamber of Commerce Secretary Kelly Cleary says the village rallied together to make Winterfest happen.
Luckily, we had the framework to work off of the Winterfest that we hosted last year because of the cancellation. And we still want people to come to Grand Marais. Even though the weather hasn't been very cooperative for the winter sports, there's plenty to do.
Despite this cancellation, Eager says that they're staying optimistic and mushing on to 2025. Caden Minus, TV6 News, Grand Marais.
Thank you, Caden. We're less than a week away from Super Bowl Sunday, and Marquette County businesses are preparing for increased traffic. Super One Foods in Marquette Township says the most popular items shoppers are buying this week are snack foods like chicken, chips, and desserts. The store manager says whether you go shopping tomorrow or Sunday morning, you should find everything you need.
We will be fully staffed and fully stocked. I don't think you can come too late to the party. Our beer, wine, liquor department is full, busting out at the seams over there with all the popular items, as well as our meat department, deli, bakery department is making some specialty treats with the AFC and NFC teams and decorations.
Third Coast Pizzeria in Marquette is also offering specials. It will have free delivery on Sunday, half-off appetizers, and happy hour all day. The Peter White Public Library in Marquette is helping youth feel confident about reading. This afternoon, the Superior Land Pet Partners was there while children read aloud to therapy dogs. Books for all reading stages were provided by the library, or kids could bring their own. The Youth Services Librarian for the Peter White Public Library says this program has been going strong for years and is very popular.
They love it. I mean, we had like 50 people last week at Superior Land Pet Partners who came to read to the dogs. So they love it. They look forward to it. It's been a really fun wintertime program to hold because it gets people in and practicing our reading. And it's also a really fun summer one because we hold it outside during the summer.
The Superior Land Pet Partners will be at the Peter White Public Library from 4 until 5:30 at night each Monday through March 4th. And finally tonight on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, if you enjoy bird watching, scientists want your help counting the birds you see. The Great Backyard Bird Count is coming up on February 16th until the 19th. To participate, all you have to do is watch birds for 15 minutes during the count and report how many birds you see and hear and what kinds of birds they are. You can count in your backyard, a public park, or anywhere you watch birds. The DNR says it hopes a lot of people participate so the results will be as accurate as possible.
The more people that participate, the better the results will be. Anybody can do this, that's why it's great, and it's inclusive, and it's something that everybody can pitch a little bit of a hand into for as little as 15 minutes over any one of 4 days on the weekend.
You can report your great backyard bird count findings at uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. And that's all the stories we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night where I'll be here in the same place at the same time. That's 8/7 Central Time with a recap of tomorrow's headlines. Don't forget, you can find us streaming on Facebook or YouTube, whichever platform you'd prefer. And if you have a story idea you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom. And again, you can contact us at any time. We would love to hear from you and what's happening in your community. Thank you all again for joining me live at the TV6 Digital Desk. Have a great rest of your night.